So Shadow broke out of this test tube, and the gun soldiers there should have known, once you hear that glass, it's your ass. Cause Shadow started teleporting around, kicking these boys' teeth, and I mean he is violating these gun boys. He left this soldier alone right here, just to hit him with this nasty ass uppercut, plastering his ass on the window above. As Shadow then escapes this gun prison in Tokyo, just for Gun to pull up on Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails and being like, hey, we got a problem? But them three had to flex out of the helicopter, bro, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even mad at it, bro. I feel like they knew they was gonna get sauced on real soon. Cause they get down to the ground and then a truck just gets launched at they dome piece. Knuckles catches that hoe, drops it down just for this big ass Shadow. But Shadow pulls up and Sonic and Shadow both confused. They're like, why you look like me? But Knuckles was like, man, forget all that yip yap. Tries to pull up on Shadow. He blitzes, teleports right in front of this man, grabs him by his weirdly shaped hand, turns that bitch like a throttle, kicks this nigga up into the air, and he starts juggling Knuckles like he's a Tekken character. Like, brother, put his ass down. And then he kicks his goofy ass down to the ground, skipping his body across rock like he was a skipping stone. But Sonic and Tails go help their boy Knuckles up, and after they do, Sonic says the worst thing he could have said. He's like, this not like this nigga can take us all on at once. As he does, he starts with Tails first, and this is frying me, man. Shadow in every universe gonna find a way to beat up Tails. But then he teleports and kicks Knuckles away as he pulls up in front of Sonic, grips little bro up by the neck, boosts his ass all the way up to the top of this building just to grip him up by the neck and slam him on the ground. And you know what, man? All you gotta do is shut up sometimes and your knees wouldn't be where your elbows used to be. But Mr. Aura Demon Shadow the Hedgehog finds a bike and a gun, and I'm just over here wondering where he found a bike that fits him. Nigga, you're like 3 feet tall. But Shadow turns on the afterburner on those boys just for Sonic and Tails to get up. And Tails is looking at Sonic like, brother, did you not just see the way he did the three of us? Do not take your bitch ass after him, bro. I promise you it's not gonna end well. But Sonic's non-listening ass does not hear a word coming out of Tails' mouth, and he goes after him. Sonic pulled up on Shadow, and Shadow immediately saw this blue ass nigga, and he tried to blick his ass down on the Tokyo streets. Tried to make that boy just another statistic, man. That's kind of crazy. Sonic dodging those bullets though, he tries to spin dash at Shadow, but his ass done teleported out of the way just for Shadow to teleport on the side of Sonic, still trying to blick his ass down as Sonic is spin dashing out of the way. He tries to hit Shadow again with that spin dash, but he done teleported out of the way as Sonic goes through the window of this big ass nigga truck, old hungry ass. Shadow tried to mushroom stomp on this nigga Sonic head like he was Mario with that damn bike, but Sonic done dodged, dipped up out of the way, and latched onto the back of Shadow's motorcycle. Sonic then bashed this nigga whole entire bike into this bus, and he's over here yapping, and Shadow's looking at Sonic like, nigga, you keep on talking, bro. The more you talk, the harder I'm gonna hit your bitch ass. So this nigga Shadow starts swerving and bending that corner just to teleport the bike because he was finna run into this train, and Sonic came with his ass. He teleported them in midair as Shadow just redirects his bike and starts riding that bitch up this damn building. Sonic follows after Shadow as these two niggas start bumping heads until Shadow blitzes Sonic all the way up into the tippity top of the building, and this Aura Demon, Akira slides going up a damn building. Yeah, Sonic, this not your movie no more, gang. We calling this bitch Shadow the Hedgehog 3. But after he done cleared the building with that damn Akira slide, he dishes the bike. We never seen that bitch again. They both come charging at one another. They clash and made a whole ass EMP, man. Like, look at this shit, man. If I'm a Japanese government official, I'm saying, hey, Sonic, your bitch ass cannot come here again. But we go see what Sonic is doing, and this nigga Knuckles done handcuffed his ass to the pole, and he is nowhere to be seen. We fast forward to damn near the end of the movie, and Shadow done pulled up on Tom and punched the piss out of dog. I mean, laid his goofy ass out, and he collected the card off of Tom. Sonic pulls up and he sees that Shadow done laid this nigga out crazy style, and he's over here trying to see if Tom is okay. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they done killed this nigga off. So Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Maddie take Tom's lifeless body out of the gun building as he gets lifted off into an ambulance with Maddie, and then Sonic's like, alright, Knuckles, I know I said I'd never use the Master Emerald again, but I'm gonna need you to tell me where you hit that bitch at, and I'm not gonna ask again, as he asks again. Knuckles ass bucking up to Sonic as these boys is about to fight, but Knuckles like, you know what? I'm not a liar like you, nigga. I know how to keep my oath. So he tells Sonic where the Master Emerald is. He pulls up on my nigga Wade, yoinks that bitch out of his hand, and goes supersonic. As we go see what Gerald, Ivo, and Shadow is doing, and they are in their game-accurate Eggman-ass machine, mustache and long nose included. As Gerald's telling Ivo his whole plan the whole time, and he's like, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use this big-ass machine with this big-ass laser. I'm gonna blow up the Earth, us included. And Ivo, Dr. Robotnik, had the most honest and accurate reaction to that information. Nigga says a damn, what? Why I gotta go too, man? If you wanted to boom yourself, go on ahead and do that on your lonesome, gang. But none of that matters, cause Sonic done burst through that damn window, taking Shadows with him out into outer space. Gripping this nigga up by the white part of his fur, talking crazy to Shadow. He said, you hurt my family, I'm finna boom you. So Shadow's like, yeah, nigga, now you know how it feels. Like, I've been feeling that pain for 50 years. But as these boys are plummeting to Earth, Shadow grabs that nigga Sonic's arm, does a little spin, and primary lotuses his ass to the damn planet. Sonic gets up and he's over here looking for where Shadow is. As bro popped up behind him, hit him with the nastiest pawn strike to the chest, knocking the Chaos Emeralds out of his body. But now all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds are just floating in the air as Shadow and Sonic race to him, and they touch him at the same time. Sonic transforms into Supersonic as he looks behind him, and oh yeah, man, that aura demon Shadow done with Super Shadow. And this is the only way Sonic can match Shadow's aura, and that's by going Supersonic, because everything else just made this nigga look inferior compared to bro. Hell, man, Super Shadow almost makes this nigga Sonic look inferior too, I'm not even gonna lie. Sonic pulls up on Shadow, tries to hit him with this mean ass left, and oh nah. Shadow just nonchalantly blocks that bitch, man. I'm not gonna lie, Sonic, go ahead and put the fries in the bag. Shadow has only ever been beating your ass this whole movie. But Big Shadow hits Sonic with this mean ass 3-piece combo, hitting that bitch off for the uppercut, launching Lil Bro in the air. And while Sonic's in the air, Shadow grabbed that nigga by the leg, slammed him on the ground, started doing the dragon throw. Buddy, you are not Goku. Chunk Sonic's goofy ass far had his body ping-ponging off of some mountains until he finally collides into one. Sonic tried to get up, jump off that mountain, and I mean, that boy Sonic didn't even get a smooth 3 feet off of that jump until Shadow pulled up, gripped him up by the neck, and slammed his ass right back down to that rock. And while Sonic was plastered on that mountain, Shadow tried to punch his ass, but Sonic caught the punch. And then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Sonic decided to lock in. He started pushing this nigga Shadow. But not only did he push Shadow, nigga done split the earth in half off of that leap alone. Brother, it's never this serious. You need to relax a little bit, bro. Tom's okay. He's not dead, I promise you. Sonic started scraping that nigga's Shadow back on the ground, chunked his ass as he started beating his ass through the continents of Earth. Then we go back to Gerald and Ivo done chopped his Gramps in the neck as he hits the dash trying to turn off this death beam on Earth. But Gerald puts on the afterburners, got a whole ass jetpack in his back. As he flies over to Ivo, tackles this nigga, and then I'm just fucking with y'all, man. We not finna talk about these old ass men beefing. We go back to Shadow and Sonic, and these boys is throwing immaculate hands while flying, man. This nigga Sonic done punched Shadow in the gut, gripped his ass up, tried to pull something off, but Shadow just drop kicked his ass in the chest, knocking his goofy ass all the way back. They both then charge at each other as they clash fists, man. You niggas is not Goku and Vegeta, bro. But they go back to throwing crazy hands. Sonic done kicked this nigga Shadow away and started charging up this nasty ass left. Was about to hit Shadow with it, but bro done teleported out of the way, leaving that nigga Sonic stun locked. He forgot he had that in his kit, but Shadow teleported behind Sonic and god damn, he kicked the piss out of bro in the back of his head, sent his ass all the way down. He flies down to where Sonic is, and then he starts talking crazy mess. Bro's over here reading Sonic like a book. But then Shadow starts talking about Sonic's family, man. And this the mistake that catch everybody lacking, man. I mean, look at what happened to Drake. But Shadow brings up Tom, and yeah, this was the worst mistake he could have made. Cause Sonic uppercut Shadow. And this wasn't just any uppercut, bro. He sent this nigga to the moon. Imagine you make a nigga so mad, you get uppercut out of the planet onto the moon. Like, is that not crazy? And not only that,
damn, you hit that nigga so hard to replay 3 different times.
And he done punched bro out of Super Shadow, but he wasn't done there. He was getting ready to end little bro's whole shit until he remembers Tom's wise words about heart, and then he stopped. De-transformed out of Supersonic, as Sonic and Shadow start aura farming on the moon with the stars as a backdrop for like a solid 3 minutes. Shadow starts remembering Maria's words, and I don't think I've talked about Maria a whole video. Long story short, Maria was Shadow's best friend and then she died. But Sonic makes friends with Shadow as him and Shadow decide to stop Gerald from destroying the Earth. And these cool ass niggas shake hands and transform into Super Sonic and Shadow at the same time. Like, these niggas really think they Goku and Vegeta. They start flying over to Gerald's machine as he starts releasing robots out that hole. But Shadow and Sonic start bullying these boys. I mean, crazy style. These robots never stood a chance. And this always gonna be my favorite trope, man. You just fight a nigga to the death, and 5 minutes later, you doing tag team moves with bro like you've known each other for 10 years. I mean, look at this shit. Shadow, this nigga just uppercut your ass to the moon and you're doing tag team assisted combos on niggas? Y'all really don't be meaning what y'all be saying. They finish treating these robots like random niggas off the street, and then they have the audacity to pose on them niggas. I'm not even gonna front though, this is probably somebody's screensaver right now. But none of that really matters though, cause the cannon is about to fire. Sonic's over here bringing Shadow the rest of the robots, and Shadow just pulls out these faux ass key blasts and destroys all of them. And if I'm Sonic, I'm looking at Shadow like, nigga, why you ain't start with that, gang? You knew we was on a time crunch. You could have been done cooked them niggas. But the beam fires, and Sonic and Shadow's plan was just to simply eat that bitch. As Ivo, Tails, and Knuckles try to steer the beam away from Earth because they can't stop it, and they do so, but it knocks out Sonic, gives the Earth an edge up, and fucks up the moon's hairline for good. And Gerald's machine is going to self-destruct, so Shadow decides to push that bitch away from Earth so it doesn't blow up and radiate the whole planet, sacrificing him and Ivo at the same time. Tails and Knuckles help Sonic because his ass is plummeting down to Earth so they can all safely land, and that's really the end of the fight. Sonic 3 was the best one. Can't wait to see what they're gonna do for Sonic 4 with Amy and Metal Sonic being in there, but moral of the story is revenge bad. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. If you like, comment, subscribe, do the good stuff, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.